Let's go down to D.C. House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi speaking on the House floor.
Join him. I think those words bear repeating. Over 50 years ago, Dr. King said, of all of the forms of inequality, injustice in health care is the most shocking and the most inhumane because it often results in physical death. We come to the floor with the moral force of Dr. Martin Luther King's words in our hearts. Affordable health care is a civil right, a fundamental right for every person in our country, not just the privileged few. And so in the spirit of Mr. Clyburn and Dr. King, let us be prayerful about how we go forward on this very personal issue about the well-being of every person in our country. Speaker Ryan once called this bill an act of mercy. An act of mercy. There is no mercy here. Indeed, inequality and inhumanity is exactly what Trump Care has in store for the American people. But when he said it's an act of mercy, here's what others said. From the beginning, Trump Care was a moral monstrosity that will devastate seniors, children, and hardworking Americans. That was from me. But don't take it from me. Sister Simone Campbell said, this is not the faithful way forward and must be rejected. The Catholic Health Association wrote, we strongly encourage the full House to reject this replacement bill. And the United Methodist Church said, opposing Trump Care, this is what they said, people will die because of efforts like this to roll back health care. Lutheran Services in America said, Trump Care will jeopardize the health care and long-term services and support of millions of Americans. The Episcopal Church said Trump Care falls woefully short of our spiritual calling to care for the least of these, as well as the noble values upon which our great nation was founded. End of quote. And all that was said before the Republicans decided to destroy the protections of Americans with pre-existing conditions. I grant our Republican friends their position. I respect them and their constituents who sent them here. But I reject the wrong priorities in Trump Care. Tax cuts for the rich at the expense of health insurance for tens of millions of working families across America. Trump Care very clearly spotlights the differences in priorities between Democrats and Republicans in Congress. It has stepped forward in the long-standing Republican belief that Medicare should wither on the vine, that Medicaid should be shrunken, and that Social Security should be privatized. If you believe in the health and well-being of the American people, you must reject this bill before us now. It is what Trump Care, here's what it means for the American people. You know, much has been said about policy here today and over time. Much has been said about politics. What are the politics of this? What's really important is what this means to the American people. And they know. They are listening. They know what it means to them. And it means, Trump Care does, it forces families to pay higher premiums and deductibles, increasing out-of-pocket cost. Higher cost, less coverage. Trump Care will take away health care from more than 24 million hardworking Americans. A crushing age tax. Trump Care forces Americans aged 50 to 64 to pay premiums 5 times higher than what others pay for health coverage, no matter how healthy they are. Steals from Medicare, steals from Medicare. Trump Care shortens the life of Medicare Trust Fund and ransacks funds that seniors depend on to get long-term care they need. That's why it's consistent with their wither on the vine for Medicare philosophy. And then, if that were not bad enough, and they couldn't pass their bill because it was that bad, they moved further away from the American people by gutting key protections. Trump Care eviscerates essential health benefits such as maternity care, prescription drugs, emergency coverage, prenatal care, and guts protections for Americans with pre-existing medical conditions. As bad as Trump Care was the first time around, you know, it was dead. It died. It died right here on the floor. Now it's come back to life, like a zombie, even more scary than before. and it is even worse. If Republicans have their way, Americans with pre-existing conditions will be pushed off their insurance and segregated into high-risk pools where they will face soaring costs, worse coverage, and restricted care. Trump care means huge premium increases. It's a frightening future for families who need affordable, dependable care the most. Now on the floor, the Republicans have recklessly, and some would say fraudulently, claimed that Trump care covers Americans with pre-existing conditions. It does not. It does not. As Robert Grabois at the conservative Mercatus Center said about the Upton Amendment, the $8 billion amount is a pittance. Spread over 5 years, it is a fifth of a pittance.
All right, we're going to step away. House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi making the case for not repealing Obamacare. We are expecting House Majority Leader, House Speaker Paul Ryan, to indeed come out in support of the AHCA, his plan, call it Trump Care, whatever you want to call it. That vote set to take place. We're going to take a short break and come back with more on this and your markets and your money. Stick around.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.